So it's official. One day after it's been officially announced, the undercard for Andy Ruiz versus Luis Ortiz, PBC on Fox pay-per-view, September the 4th, in the Crypto.com arena. I was great. Call it the Staples Center again. Well, formerly called the Staples Center, where the Lakers play. This fight is taking place just under 2 weeks before Canelo steps into the ring against Golovkin. Also going to be on pay-per-view. That's going to be in Vegas, September the 17th. This fight is on the 4th, which is on a Sunday. The undercard has been announced. You're going to have a stacked undercard featuring top lightweight contender Cruz taking on Eduardo Ramirez in the co-main event. Plus, three-division champion Abner makes a long-awaited ring return against former challenger Miguel Flores. Rising star Jose Valenzuela duels former champion Jezreel Corrales. The event starts at 10 p.m. Eastern. Tickets are on sale today. Now, overall, how will I rate that undercard? Cruz and Venezuela should be fighting each other, okay? But I'm guessing they're saving Cruz for something big, possibly a rematch with Tank Davis. Nothing confirmed, but knowing PBC, they're probably going to try to explore that. Abner has not fought since June of 2018 in a long-awaited, took a little too long for me, rematch against Leo Santa Cruz, 31-3-1. After that, he was supposed to fight Tank Davis in February. Wait, he was supposed to fight Tank Davis when? Let's see. Nearly 1 week away from his scheduled bout against unbeaten then super featherweight champion Tank Davis, was caught in the right eye by a damaging punch in sparring. So he was hurt in sparring by a punch. Natalie, that's his wife, and her family from Mexico were in the gym at the time when the hard punch landed. Natalie saw Maris, then trainer Robert Garcia, look at her in the troubled way. The eye went completely red, she said, like a blood clot. Maris had already passed the prerequisite eye exam by the California State Athletic Commission. He knew the only scrutiny that remained was a more cursory flash inspection of the eye with a bright light 1 day before the Davis bout. The redness could subside by then, he reasoned. So he was going to make $2.5 million for that fight. The only person in the world who had seen Maris' previous eye injury and was capable of standing up to the fighter who swept through the 118, 122, and 126 pound title fights. The doctor told him, and his wife basically had a talk with him, from what I'm gathering from the article, and was like, basically, listen, you can go on with this fight, but what if you end up blind? Then we got the money. You're going to be all depressed and miserable. You know, the New York State Athletic Commission shared those concerns in 2016 when it employed its policy against allowing fighters who've undergone eye surgery from fighting. A regulatory told a premier boxing champion official at the time that they thought Maris faced a grave risk of losing his eye if he fought. Maris proceeded to California instead and won a featherweight title for a second time by crisply outboxing Jesus Cuellar. So basically, he wasn't supposed to be fighting, and he was out there fighting anyway. What? Emerging from surgery on the second eye, he was told the procedure was about a success as he recovered. He reflected upon his wife's decision or position. So in December of 2020, he was told he can spar again. But what's happened since then? Now, if you don't know, he's been a commentator replacing Paula Malignaggi on the Showtime boxing broadcast, along with Al Bernstein and Mauro Ranallo, hosted by Brian Custer. And when you see him, he's always wearing shades. So, you know, it has been 4 years since he's been, you know, in the ring. And by that time, it'll be a little bit over 4 years. He fought last June. It's June the 22nd right now. You know, my concern overall is, you know, I'm hoping for his safety. Here's the guy that he's fighting, Miguel Flores. 25-4 with 12 KOs. He fought Leo Santa Cruz, Eduardo Ramirez, who just so happens he's on the card, fighting Cruz, Chris Avalos, Ruben Tamayo. These are just names that I know off the top of my head. You know, so I'm guessing they're considering this a light touch, and and if it's California that let him fight before, this fight's taking place in California, you know, let's just hope that all the proper, you know, testing and protocols have been, you know, taken care of for Abner to safely get back in the ring and not lose his eye. On the undercard, obviously, Cruz, 23-2-1 with 16 KOs, taking on Eduardo Ramirez. Cruz coming off of putting a boot in Gamboa's ass. Gamboa shouldn't have been in that ring in the first place. And a highly competitive fight with Tank Davis before that on pay-per-view as a late step-in for Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero just got put in the dirt. What was that, at the end of May by Tank Davis. Here's Eduardo Ramirez, 27-2-3 with 12 KOs. I've seen him fight multiple times against Miguel Mariaga, Miguel Flores, who, as we talked about, is fighting Abner. And also on the card, you have Jezreel Corrales. So how do you feel about this card so far? You know, I mean, Luis Ortiz and Andy Ruiz, it's going to be a fun fight. But is it going to do well on pay-per-view? I don't think so. Can it possibly, you know, do big numbers, ticket sales as far as, you know, getting close to a sellout? Probably, you know, because of, you know, clearly it's a Hispanic card. You know, but in this economy with gas over in LA, $6, $7 a gallon, you know, buying 2 pay-per-views, and you got to watch Canelo, right? If you had your money to spend, which pay-per-view are you going to buy? Now, it's going to be on PBC on Fox. I'm interested to see, you know, what kind of production PBC is going to put in, because they've cut a lot of their shoulder content or build-up program. You know, like, for example, a sit-down face-to-face with Luis Ortiz and Andy Ruiz. You know, even though both of them speak Spanish and, you know, it would have to be translated. Well, Andy Ruiz speaks English, but Luis Ortiz, you know, not as good. But to be honest, I'm kind of digging the undercard. I mean, I want to see Cruz, not against Eduardo Ramirez. In my opinion, he should be fighting Jose Valenzuela. And I think that right there, this right here, Valenzuela versus Jezreel Corrales, I like this fight right here. I really like this fight. Cruz versus Eduardo Ramirez, no, ill. You know, no disrespect. It's going to be a fun fight, but I'm not really interested in it. And then Ramirez has never been knocked out before, but overall, not really interested in that fight. Now, Abner, I'm going to be watching to see how he's going to look. Y'all think they're going to try to wheel him out for Tank Davis? It's supposed to be at super featherweight. You know, y'all think they're going to probably try to wheel him out, you know, for Tank Davis again in the future? I don't know. Only time will tell. Take your time out. Like the video. Subscribe. I am TstreeT Controversy with Fight View 360. September the 4th, 2022 in the Crypto.com arena in Los Angeles. Andy Ruiz versus Luis Ortiz on PBC on Fox pay-per-view. I can't wait to see the price for this bad boy. Hopefully they give it to us for $50 and not the regular $75. But something's telling me this is going to be a $75 joint. Only time will tell. Thanks for watching. Follow me on Twitter at TstreeT Controversy. The links are down below in the description box. Please subscribe.